In this Writer's Toolbox video, I'll be talking about clear paragraph structure. So, you're in English class, you're reading a text, you've got all these ideas, but how do you communicate them effectively? They can be so unorganized. You need to keep your writing clear. This means that you have a claim which answers not only what, but how or why. We have evidence which is really carefully selected, supports our claim, is contextualized, is cited, and is embedded. We've analysed that evidence using the 3-level system. Level 1, we've analysed the effects of language in the evidence. Level 2, how this effect relates to the whole. And Level 3, we've made connections to themes of a text, the author, and history. And finally, we relate everything back to our central claim. We answer these questions. What do I know? That's our claim. How do I know? That's our evidence. Why is this evidence significant or important? That's our analysis. And how do these ideas connect to the main points of my writing? This is where we relate. There are 4 parts to the paragraph. Let's look at an example with Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. So some context first. A Christmas Carol is about an old man called Ebenezer Scrooge. He's a rich, miserable old banker who hates Christmas and is extremely stingy. The setting's Victorian London at Christmas time. We follow Ebenezer Scrooge on Christmas Eve, where he's unkind to his workers, he refuses to give to charity, and he won't visit family. And so on that night, he's visited first by the ghost of his old business partner, and then after that by 3 other ghosts who show him the error of his ways. Now, a bit about the author, Charles Dickens, a 19th century author. He often wrote about the inequalities between rich and poor in Victorian England. His own father had to go to a debtor's prison for not paying bills, and Dickens had to go to a Victorian workhouse. So, I'm reading, and I've got all these ideas. How can I communicate them effectively? I need to keep my writing clear. So the first thing I have is a claim. Now you can see in black I've answered what, and in pink I've answered how. Dickens creates an energetic atmosphere of joy and togetherness during the Christmas party scene. What? How? By using anaphora. That's what I know. But how do I know it? I need to give evidence. In blue, I've contextualized it. I've given enough information so that someone who hasn't read the story can understand it. And I've mixed and blended the author's words and my words, so it all feels like my writing. And at the end, I've cited as well. In this scene, Dickens is being visited by the ghost of Christmas past, where he is taken to his previous employer's Christmas party from when he was younger. In the scene, Dickens is repetitive as he writes, "In came the young men and women employed in the business, in came the housemaid, in came the cook, in came the boy from over the way," when introducing each guest to the party. And he describes how they entered, specifically that some came in shyly, some boldly, some gracefully, some awkwardly, some pushing, some pulling. I've got what I know and how I know. Now I need why is it important? I put that in green. This is my analysis. Through using anaphora, the literary device, when introducing guests and describing how they entered, it gives the reader a sense of busyness. The reader is able to picture a large party with lots of guests who keeps arriving. That's level 1. This scene differs greatly from Scrooge's present life, revealing something likely caused him to change and become mean and stingy, as he's depicted in chapter 1. That's level 2. This develops the theme of family and friendship, as Dickens shows a lonely Scrooge as sad and angry, but a Scrooge with friends as much more pleasant. Thus, in order to contrast Scrooge's miserable and mean present with his busy, full and joyful past, Dickens uses anaphora. This is the final sentence, the relate sentence. What do I know? The claim. Highlighted yellow, with the black text showing what or answering what, and the pink text answering how or why. How do I know? Evidence. Blue is context. This is the information your readers need to understand the author's words better. When taken out of context, they don't make sense. You need to provide that context. And embed, blend the author's words into yours. Don't forget to cite. Why is this significant? Analyze it. What is the effects of the language used? What does that reveal about the whole character, tone, setting, and plot? And then finally, how do these ideas connect to the main points I'm writing? Remember, keep your writing clear, always. You need a claim, evidence, analysis, and to relate. Answer what you know, how you know it, why it's important, and make sure that the ideas connect to the main points of writing.